going live. We are live. All right. Welcome. So, I've got a strange question. Got a strange thought, really, that I've turned into a question. Now, I properly chilled my my phone prior to doing this. I only plan on running this for about 15 minutes. Lowered the frame rate, and we're just hoping for the best here. We're just hoping for the best. Alrighty. Alright, so as you can see, I have a coffee. This company, they spelled my name Devin. I'm definitely never going back to them again. So, can anyone look up, I think I looked at their website once, but that's it. Orphan's Promise. Orphan's Promise. Can you look that up? What I'm wondering about Orphan's Promise that they're giving money to, a portion of all their proceeds is going to Orphan's Promise. Here's what I need to know. Does Orphan's Promise have any relationship with Jehovah's Witnesses? That's what I need to know. And I need to know now. I'm just kidding. It's a Brian Regan reference. It's what I need to know, and I need to know now. Mrs. Donut Lady. His Donut Lady joke. Pretty good one. Classic. So I have this question. Nobody's here right now, but that's okay. It just is what it is. You know, I already streamed once, and it was a little bit of a distracted, multitasking, trying to get things situated, seeing if the chat was correct, all that kind of stuff. So, anyway. I can't believe it's already like almost mid-June. It means July is coming up. Yeehaw. Alright, so here's my question. Whether you're here or not, it doesn't matter. It's preferable, you know, when we have a little group of people. But I'll just ask anyway. Here's the situation. Why would I be more comfortable patronizing a coffee shop that was a-religious, now, don't take this the wrong way, but my question is, why am I okay going to a Starbucks, which is a-religious, right? But if I find out that the coffee shop that I just went to, if the owner is Jehovah's Witness, I don't want any of my pennies to, I don't want any of my pennies in his pocket at all. At all. We met him. Incredibly generous, incredibly nice. But if he's J-Dub, if he's a J-Dub, then he's gonna have to take an L. As far as this customer is concerned, at least. I'm just not. Yeah. Why would I rather go to a Starbucks? I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, and they do a great job. It would be such a shame. I was under the impression that he was actually a Christian, but last time we went to this shop, there was this lady that was like setting up at a table with like flashcards to teach somebody sign language or something. She stopped us. She's like, "Hey, you have kids?" She started the conversation with these weird, and I was like, okay. There's some weird techniques that these people use. I can tell that you're into spiritual, or that you're very spiritually led. I think she said something along those lines. Just the most nonsense, vague, weirdo kind of thing to say, really. So that's what this lady had said. She was speaking only to my wife. Another sign, by the way, if somebody speaks exclusively to the wife, you know what that resembles? Who spoke to the wife? Huh? 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 You know, you get it. So when a predator, such as a JW, or a Mormon, those guys are predators too. Predators for Satan. That's what I'm gonna call them. Hey, predator for Satan. I think that's probably the most succinct way to identify them. But anyway, isn't it interesting that they go for the wife? Anyway, I just found that interesting just now. So she's just all this sign language stuff, blah, 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 blah. And it's really great. It's all free. You can check out the whole website. It's got everything. All kinds of languages. So it's just amazing. So, and the cartoons, and they teach the kids in the cartoons, and it's just great. You know, it doesn't have all this crazy stuff in the cartoons these days that are just terrible. This lady's like 70-something years old. She's old. She is. She's old. She hands her card to my wife, and we're walking out. My wife immediately saw, as we're walking out, she shines the card to me. And then we get in the car and talk about it a little bit. And it's like, it's a shame. It's a shame. You know, those Mormons are super good at genealogy. They have created some massive resources and done an excellent job with genealogy. And that's the weird thing, is that's a service that I don't want to contribute to the church of the Mormon church at all. But if I was gonna, I want to pay money to the ones that are doing the best job. You know, I'm not gonna give $10 to some moron on the side of the street that has a genealogy written on a, you know, the back of a composition notebook. You know, I'm not paying that guy. I want to pay the ones that are doing the best job. And I haven't paid anything for genealogy, anything, and I'm probably not going to, but I'm just saying. So then, why would I be like, well, listen, they put a lot of work into this, it's a business, and I'm okay giving, you know, a little bit of money, hypothetically, to these guys. But then, if I find out that this dude that owns this coffee shop is a JW, and I'm willing to, regardless of the fact that they have crafted one of the best cups of coffee I've ever had, and they're really doing a stupendous job. And we've been around the block, my wife and I. We've had a lot of, like, that's our thing. You have your thing. My wife and I's thing is coffee. So, anyway. But if I find out he's a J-Dub, I don't even want to patronize the establishment. Why is that? Why is that? That's my question. You know, because on one hand, I'm like, well, he's a human being. He's doing a business, and he's doing it well. And he's got a family. He's got kids. He's an optometrist. And, his kids are in optometry school. Which, maybe that's a little... Maybe I should have thought about that too, though. His entire family. He's like a 4th generation optometrist. Isn't that a little Luciferian? I didn't think about that. It's interesting. It makes a really good cup of coffee. This is actually a dirty chai, though. You know, nothing better, guys. It's smothered. It's like when people are like, there's nothing better than cracking a few cold ones and hanging out with the buds. And I'm over here like, guys, there's nothing better than smothering your body with patchouli oil and sipping on a dirty chai. That is on the verge of disturbing. But I think it's actually hysterical. Ew. Breathe in the patchouli. It's all good. I'm all alone. Whether or not you ever watch this is pretty much the providence of God, if you think about it. With all that YouTube is doing with shadow banning or banning and demonetizing and removing videos, you have to look at certain situations as nearly, maybe not necessarily, but nearly the providence of God that this video even would ever make it to the internet. Because, and not just me, because I'm just a dude, but anybody that's proclaiming the truth. The Solomon dude that I told you about, Joseph Solomon, check out that guy's channel. He's doing some good stuff. Check out the What Do You Meme channel, M-E-M-E, What Do You Meme? That guy, he gets it. It's good. Alright, so there's one person here. I need you to chat. And I need you to tell me if the chat is showing up in the blue box as I demanded in the settings. It better be so. Please chat. Please say something. I changed the settings, and I just need to see that it's working. I don't need it. I don't actually need it. Need's one of those silly words. Well, thank you for chatting. Thank you. No Name Bear. Thank you very much, No Name Bear. Appreciate you. So, one thing we did learn is that if you go to, and I somehow have to figure out how to put a button or a link. I'll figure it out. Okay, don't go now, or you'll get T-boned. We don't want any T-bone. I'm not a big fan of T-bone. I prefer filet mignon. But last thing I want is to be filet mignon on the concrete, you know, in a car accident. I saw another car accident. I just shaved today. It's so great. Saw a car accident yesterday. It was a T-bone situation. Nobody, it wasn't deadly, thank God. But, turn your eyes to Jesus, guys. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. No, I'm not a singer. And I never claimed to be one. Alright, test something. Yeah, looks like it works. It should be in the blue. It should be in the blue. It's not showing up in the spot that I want it to for me, but as long as it looks right in the stream, that's fine. That's fine. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. I just wanted to make sure everything was legit. Gonna work just fine. All right, so we're working this out. I lowered my settings. Hopefully that creates less laggy nonsense. It looks like I'm at 7 frames a second right now because this is a dead zone. So this is probably the worst area for me to try to stream. And I think that that's part of the problem. I kept my audio all the way up, and what I'm going to do is buy a speaker and a lapel mic, and I'm gonna see if I can get it worked out to where we don't have to have the weird audio situation. We'll get the audio worked out. It's all a work in progress, and eventually, when I can get all that situated, some logical, that ain't no good. But I mean, it's better for you to just go read a book or write a book. Go read or write a book, right? That's better. But if it's between watching CNN and watching myself, I mean, I'm not boasting when I say this. This is still like, that obviously goes without saying. But if it's between CNN and what, I get it. But Lord, well, have a good life. I guess you'll watch this later. Finish my thought about the whole J-Dub, but figure that out. Let's look up, because that means that the coffee guy is, I'm not out of me. Are you trying? Is in the history of Mormonism. I'm not trying to give him. Find somebody else that at least wants to. What is that?